throw them in there.
It's about there.
Good evening and welcome to our Village of Monroe Annual Reorganizational Meeting here on April 2nd, Tuesday of 2024. The following is the annual organizational meeting of the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe, Orange County, New York, is being held this evening at 7 p.m. in the boardroom of the Village Hall, 7 Stage Road, Monroe, New York, on Tuesday, April 2 of 2024. Mayor Neil S. Dwyer is leading us in the pledge to the flag and call the meeting to order. So why don't we do that? Let's stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you again for everyone who's attending. First order of business is the monthly meeting schedule of 24 and 25. Is April 2 and 16, May 7 and 21, June 4 and 18, July 2 and 16, August 6 and 20, September 3 and 17, October 1 and 15, November 4th and 19th, December 3rd and 17th, January 7 and 21, February 4 and 18, March 4 and 18, April 1 and 15. I need a motion to adopt the meeting minutes as established.
Berenger will make the motion.
Carl will second for discussion.
Yep.
Historically, July and August, we've only done 2 meetings,
Yeah,
one each month.
yeah. I don't think it works. I mean, I had, during my time, the first term, we always had 2 meetings. Then last year, we did 1 meeting, and then we found ourselves behind the 8 ball without being able to take business. I mean, I'll take the board's pleasure, but, I mean, listen, everybody goes on vacation, things are going on, I get it.
I just,
Yeah, no, I get it,
you know.
Yep.
We gotta get away too.
absolutely. Believe me, I get it.
But normally, we just did the second meeting of the month. We didn't do the first meeting of the month, so we could do the audit and
No, I
do
understand,
the
I
people's
get it.
business.
Or I think did we move it?
But I know
Into the
last year
middle?
we did 1
Yeah.
meeting, but the year before that and the year before that, I think we did 2. No? My whole first term?
I think 1 year since I've been on, we did 2.
All right, so what's the board want to do?
Maybe 2 years ago.
For which months? July?
July and August.
Let's do away with the second and do July 2nd and do away with August 6th and just do the 16th and the 20th.
Okay, so I amend that calendar to reflect July 16 and August 20. So we have the first, we had a second, a discussion. Any further discussion?
Hold on, so we're having it the 16th or we're having it the 2nd?
We're having it July 16th and August 20 only.
Okay.
So no further discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carla,
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the rules of procedure. Resolve the Board of Trustees shall conduct itself according to Robert's Rules of Order to the extent that Robert's Rules of Order are consistent with the village law of the state of New York. I need a motion to adopt the Robert's Rules of Order.
Carla, make that motion.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carla,
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the employee compensation. Resolved that compensation for fiscal year 2024 of 2025 of village employees shall be paid bi-weekly with the payroll period ending on a Wednesday and checks being dispersed on the following Thursday. I need a motion to accept that employee compensation.
Ferraro, make the motion.
Berenger will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carla,
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, the official newspaper. Resolved the official newspaper of the village board shall be the Middletown Times Herald Record, and be it further resolved that the alternative paper for the village board shall be the Photo News for such matters that do not require legal notice. I need a motion to adopt the official newspaper.
Carla, make the motion.
Second?
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carla,
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, the official depositories. Resolved that the official depository for the village board shall be Webster Bank of 591 Route 17M, Monroe, New York, 10950. I need a motion to adopt the official depository.
Berenger,
Carla, make the motion.
Second?
Berenger will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carla,
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is board appointments by the mayor. Mayor has made the following appointments. Mayor Dwyer is appointed liaison to Highway Department. Mayor Dwyer is appointed to liaison to the village historian. Trustee Ferraro is appointed to liaison for the building maintenance of Village Hall. Trustee Ferraro is appointed as deputy mayor effective April 1, 2025. Trustee Ferraro is appointed to liaison for the Monroe Joint Park and Recreation Commission. Trustee Ferraro is appointed to liaison for Crane Park and all village events. Trustee Ferraro is appointed liaison for all village technology. Trustee Berenger is appointed as liaison to the Monroe Police Department. Trustee Berenger is appointed to liaison to the Greater Monroe Chamber of Commerce. Trustee Berenger is appointed to liaison to the Monroe Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Trustee O'Connor is appointed liaison for the Village Building Department and Justice Court. Trustee O'Connor is appointed to liaison for the Treasurer. Trustee O'Connor is appointed liaison for the Village Clerk's Office. And Trustee O'Connor is appointed to the liaison for the Village Insurance. Trustee Carl is appointed liaison to the Water Department. Trustee Carl is appointed liaison to the Orange County Sewer District Number 1. Trustee Carl is appointed to liaison for street lighting, and Trustee Carl is appointed liaison for the Monroe Joint Fire District. I need a motion to accept those appointments as written.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Second?
Carl is second. I don't believe on these mayoral appointments it needs
Say it again?
board approval.
Does it need a board resolution or approval?
They're your,
A vote?
they're your appointments.
No, I think you need advice and consent.
Okay.
We just did it, so,
Yeah, I mean,
Do we agree with it?
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
okay.
We're
I
good.
mean, I'll look into it for next year, but my recollection of village, yeah, is that, there are certain appointments the mayor makes. Like, for example, if there was a vacancy on the board, the mayor would appoint without
Mhm.
your advice or consent.
Mhm.
But generally, it's with advice and consent, especially if you're appointing liaisons.
Okay. All right, so we had a first and second, further discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, staff appointment. Resolved that Anthony Feliz is hereby appointed village treasurer as per job description on file in the village's clerk's office for a period of 1 year from 4/1/24 to 3/31/25. Further resolved, let's see, I'm sorry.
We have to do each one?
Okay, so yeah, let's do each one. So I need a motion to accept that appointment.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
Ferraro, second.
discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next one is resolved that Kimberly Zara is hereby appointed village clerk as per job description on file in the village clerk's office for a period of 2 years from 4/1/24 to 3/31/26. I need a motion to accept that appointment.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, resolved that Aileen Ryan is hereby appointed deputy village clerk as per job description on file in the village clerk's office for a period of 1 year of 4/1/24 to 3/31/25 and renewable on an annual basis. I need a motion to accept that appointment.
Carl will make the motion.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion, call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, resolved that pursuant to section 3-302 of the village law, that Yvette Rosario is hereby appointed to serve as Associate Village Justice for the Village of Monroe from 4/1/24 to 3/31/25, and until such time as further appointment or reappointment is made. I need a motion to accept that.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, resolved that pursuant to Village Code, Chapter 115, bingo and games of chance, permitting bingo games of chance pursuant to general municipal law, authorizing the Board of Trustees to delegate an officer of the village authority in relation to issuance of a license amendment and cancellation of licenses, to conduct investigations and hearings and the supervision of the operation of the games. The village clerk is hereby designated to exercise such authority. I need a motion to accept this resolution.
Carl will make the motion.
Second.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, miscellaneous appointments. Resolved that Jeff Bouchier is hereby appointed chairman of the planning board for a period of 1 year, ending on March 31, 2025. I need a motion to accept this appointment.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, it's carried. Next order of business on a motion, resolved that Paul Baum is hereby appointed chairperson of the zoning board of appeals for a period of 1 year, ending on March 31, 2025. I need a motion to accept this appointment.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is school crossing guards. Anita Zelenoy of North Main Street, crossing guard position, and Eileen Lynch of the Pine Tree School District. On a motion by, I need a first and a second, please.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is resolve the board approve the extension of the contractual position of village attorney held by Elise Terhune of Esquire of 2 Patterson Hill, Tuxedo, New York, as per job description outlined in the agreement on file with the village clerk as per fee schedule provided. I need a motion to accept this appointment.
Carl will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried.
Thank
Next
you.
order. Yes. Next order of business, resolve the Board of Trustees designate the following law firms to serve as alternate village attorney with regard to specific matters in accordance with the fee schedule listed in the current retainer agreement for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. Elizabeth Cassidy, PLLC, 7 Grand Street, Warwick, New York, and Norton and Torrey, LLP, P.O. Box 216, Goshen, New York. I need a motion to accept these appointments.
Carl will make the motion.
Second.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is resolve the Board of Trustees designate Norton and Torrey LLP, P.O. Box 216, Goshen, New York, 10924, to the contractual position of Zoning Board of Appeals Attorney per job description on file with the village clerk for fiscal year 2024 and 2025. I need a motion to accept this.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the resolve the Board of Trustees designate the law firm Elizabeth Cassidy, PLLC, 7 Grand Street, Warwick, New York, 10990, to the contractual position of planning board attorney as per job description on file with the village clerk for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion to accept this.
Ferraro, make the motion.
Second,
Berenger will second.
call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, resolve the board designated law firm of Remetta and Remetta of 30 Matthew Street, Suite 104, Goshen, New York, as special prosecutor for all aspects of vehicle and traffic prosecutions in the Village of Monroe Justice Court for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion to accept this.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Resolve the Board of Trustees designate Hawkins, Delafield, and Wood, 1 Chase Manhattan Plaza, New York, 10005, to represent the Village of Monroe as bond counsel for matters requiring bonding services for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion to accept this.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, resolve the Board of Trustees designate the law firm of Thomas, Strohan, Waxman, Pettigrew, and Maley, LLP, 2517 Route 52, Hopewell, Junction, New York, 12533, to the contractual position of Labor and Employment Counsel for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, resolve the Board of Trustees designate Munistat Services of 12 Roosevelt Avenue, Port Jefferson Station, New York, 11776, as financial advisor of record for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion to accept this.
Ferraro, make the motion.
Second,
Carl will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, resolve the Board of Trustees designate Lankin Tully, PC, P.O. Box 687, Goshen, New York, 10924, to serve as the village engineer on a contractual basis for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second,
Carl will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the Board of Trustees designates J. Theodore Fink, AICP, Principal of Green Plan, Inc., of 302 Pell's Road, Rhinebeck, New York, to the contractual position of planner for the Board of Trustees and the Planning Board, as per description on file with the village clerk for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion to accept this appointment.
Carl will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Discussion? Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Resolve the Board of Trustees designate H2M of 2 Executive Boulevard, Suite 401, Suffolk, New York, 10901, to serve as conflict engineer and provide engineering services per description on file with the village clerk for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. I need a motion to accept that appointment.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
Berenger will second.
call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye. Kim, just do me a favor, remind me tomorrow, I need to call Natalie, please. Next order of business is mileage reimbursement allowance, whereas the Village Board of Trustees determines to pay a fixed rate for mileage as reimbursement to officers and employees of the village who use their personal automobiles while performing their official duties on behalf of the village. Now therefore be it resolved that Section 1, that the village board shall approve the reimbursement to such officers and employees at the rate of 67 cents per mile per 2024 IRS schedule, and be it further resolved that Section 2, it says that this resolution shall take effect immediately. I need a motion to accept this mileage reimbursement allowance.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second?
Carl, a second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, fireworks display permit designee. Resolved upon approval of the village board, the village clerk be appointed permit authority for the issuance of permits for the public display of fireworks under and pursuant to the conditions and restrictions as set forth in Penal Law Section 189-2, but such permit shall be issued only if the application has been filed together with an insurance policy in the amount of $5 million, naming the Village of Monroe as additional insured in the certificate. Village has the right to refuse any insurance company that is not A or above rated and licensed in the state of New York. I need a motion to accept this.
Carl will make that motion.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye. Next order of business, attendance of schools and conferences. Whereas there is to be held during the coming fiscal year, the annual meeting conducted by the New York State Conference of Mayors and other municipal officials for municipal officials, and NICOM's Main Street meeting, including webinar, seminars, and classes. The training school for fiscal officers and municipal clerk conducted by the New York State Conference of Mayors and other municipal officials. I'm sorry, just 1 second. Okay. C, the following county association meetings: Orange County Clerks Association, Orange County Association of Towns and Villages, Tri-County Chapter of New York State of Building Officials Conference, and the Hudson Valley Waterworks Associates and Safe Roads Programs. D, planning and zoning seminars, police department seminars, and training schools and parks and recreation schools. Whereas it is determined by the Board of Trustees that attendance by certain municipal officials and employees at one or more of these meetings, conferences, or schools benefit the municipality. Now therefore be it resolved that Section 1, that the following officers and employees are hereby authorized to attend the schools above mentioned upon approval of the Board of Trustees at least 30 days prior to registration. Mayor and trustees, village clerk, deputy clerk, treasurer, building inspector, assistant building inspector, code enforcement, fire inspector, water plant operator, DPW, working leader, planning board members, zoning board members, police department personnel, planning board secretary, village attorney, and all union and non-union personnel. Section 2, this resolution shall take effect immediately. I need a motion to adopt this as written.
Carl will make the motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is payment authorization for certain recurring expenses. Resolved pursuant to Section 5-524, Paragraph 6 of Village Law, the Board of Trustees does hereby authorize the treasurer to make payments in advance of audit on claims for recurring expenses for public utility services, postage, freight, and express charges, advertising, the Times Hall Record, and workers' compensation tail claims. I need a motion to accept this as written.
Carl will make the motion.
Second?
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, holiday schedule 2024 to 2025. For 2024, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, half-day, Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving, Thursday, Friday, half-day, Christmas Eve, and Christmas holiday. I probably should have read the dates, right? So Memorial Day is Monday, May 27, 2024. Independence is Thursday, July 4th. Labor Day is Monday, September 2nd. Columbus Day is Monday, October 14th. Veterans Day is Monday, November 11th. Half a day, Thanksgiving Eve is Wednesday, November 27th. Thanksgiving is Thursday and Friday, 28th and 29th. Half a day Christmas Eve, Tuesday, December 24th. Christmas holiday, Wednesday, December 25th. In 2025, New Year's holiday is Wednesday, January 1st. Martin Luther King Jr. is Monday, January 20th. Lincoln's birthday is Wednesday, February 12th. And President's Day is Monday, February 17th. I need to get a motion and a second to adopt these holidays for the scheduled 24-25 fiscal year.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Discussion?
This is for non-contractual, correct?
Non-contractual. Okay. Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, so carried. Next order of business is procurement policy and a motion by trustee. Okay, let's see. Let me go back a second here, if you could, please. Yeah. Okay, so procurement policy, the purchase contract limit is $20,000, and public works on contracts is limited to $35,000. Estimated amount of purchase contracts written, yeah, I don't like the way this is. So let me go back on something here.
Procurement policy, we do have it on file.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find something I like to read.
Want to read this? Is it too long? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't want to read the whole thing.
Just read this top piece.
We just say it's on file?
Section 104B,
Yeah,
just
yep.
this top section.
Okay, so procurement policy, section 104-B of the general municipal law effective January 1, 1992, requires all municipalities and districts therein to adopt procurement policies for goods and services which are not required by law to be publicly bid. The procurement policy must be adopted by a resolution of the governing body. The governing body must solicit comments from the offices in the municipality involved in the procurement process before adoption of the policy and from time to time thereafter. Each municipality should consider its own particular circumstances in developing the policy and the manner in which goods and services are purchased in your municipality. I need a motion to accept the procurement policy in full, which is on record with the clerk's office, should anyone wish to see so. I need a motion to accept the procurement policy.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the organizational meeting for 2025 is scheduled for Tuesday, April 1st at 7 PM. I need a motion to accept that date.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second,
Carl, a second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Let's see, takes care of that. Council, I don't think I need to read the appointments, do I?
No.
I don't think so. Okay, so next order of business is an adjournment. I need a motion to adjourn the meeting for the purposes of this reorg meeting.
Carl will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. So we'll take a few minutes recess, and then we'll get into the regular meeting.